As a new Linux user, I came across a few things that had me a little stumped. So here's a video about my stumpedness. Window tiling was one. Hot corners. These are not major issues, but it stumped me. LocalSend. Not an issue. It's an app, and it helped me daily. And I had to learn how to configure it. Not much configuring, but I still needed to know what to do. Audio and Codecs. Ugh, gosh, that I spent some time on that. And then Linux recent files. Not an issue, but let's get into this. Being new to Linux Mint, I guess I'm going to learn this one feature at a time. There's one feature that I've noticed I'm not very crazy about. And as you can see it here, if I move this browser window to the sides, it tends to change the size of the window, and I'm somewhat anal retentive, and I'd like to resize my own window. Plus, I always seem to accidentally put it to one of the edges. So I had to figure out how to get rid of that little nice feature, and it's really simple to do. All you have to do is go into System Settings, and then once there, go look for window tiling. And here it is. So once I shut that off, everything is cool. So mark that as a win for this grandma until she finds the next feature that she has some issue with. I don't know if you noticed this little feature here, hot corners. Now let me see if I can remember how I got there. Give me a second. I'll get back to you in a minute. I guess the best way to figure out what I did was to go into the Start menu again and type hot corners. And here they are. So I enabled this hot corner. It'll show the desktop. I haven't enabled the rest of them because I have to take things one thing at a time. But if I shut the hot corner off, once I go to the side, let me see, let me open up a window here. When I go to the side, nothing happens. So I'm going to enable this, and when I go there, everything's gone. I get back to the desktop, and I can bring it back. I thought that wasn't too bad. When I figure out what to do with the rest of the corners, I guess I'll enable them. But for now, I think that's a second win for this grandma and Linux. So I downloaded, not actually downloaded, I installed this app, LocalSend. You can find it in the software manager. What you have to do is type local and it should pop up. Okay, there it is. So once you go here, you install it. It's a quick, easy install. And what it does is you can send files between your devices, all devices. It's a cross-platform. And what I like about it is you don't have to be connected to the internet. So once you install it, you can go in settings and fart around with these things here, which I did not do. The only thing I changed was the device name. Once you change the name, you have to stop the server and restart it again. It takes seconds. There are some advanced settings here that I did eventually have to go into because I had a difficult time. It didn't recognize some of my devices, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But the simple thing is, if you want to send a file, well, I already had this in here, so let's pretend you didn't see that. So I'm going to add a file, and I'm going to go back to my ribeye and add that in there, and just click on Big Mac, which is obviously my Mac. And then we go to the Mac, and I could either open it or I can look at my history. As you can see, I sent it a ribeye before because I thought I was recording before and found out that I was not recording. So I got 2 ribeyes in there. But that's pretty much how it works. Now, as far as the difficulty I had with recognizing my other computers, it was a slight configuration issue that I had to fix, and it was not difficult. Let me see if I can find the recording I made of that and tack it on the back of here. If not, I'll just record it again. The reason why it was having a difficult time finding my other devices was because of the firewall. And to fix it, I had to go into the firewall, let me type that correctly, and add a rule. So the rule here, I already added the rule, so that's why you can see it, they can see each other. But adding rules were simple. All I did was I clicked on the plus. There are pre-configured where you can go down this, whoops, not that, right here. You can figure out which app you want to add the rule to, but I couldn't find the app. So instead I went to simple. I typed in LocalSend here. I'll just pretend like I'm going to put it in again. And the policy was allow, and I put it in both directions. And I had to insert the port number, which you can see here. All you have to do is go into LocalSend and into the advanced settings, and it'll tell you. You type in the port number, you click add, and you're good to go. Once I did that, Bob was my uncle, everything worked just fine. So it was really simple, but it took me long enough to figure out why it wouldn't, they wouldn't see each other. But once I figured that out, it's all good to go. The other issue I had while recording this video, I keep learning things hand over fist here, is that I would record something, and when the file was complete and I sent it using LocalSend over to the Mac, I played on the Mac and couldn't hear anything. Well, I learned that the codec that I was using was, I think, MP3. I don't know what all these codecs are all about, but what I did find out that when I switched it to AAC and I started recording, that way I was able to hear everything. Right now I'm using OBS Studio to record this. Let's see. This is OBS Studio. It kind of overwhelms me, so I'm going to put that back down. So that's something else I need to learn. Oh, and while I'm sharing things I've learned in creating this video, or should I say another tip, here's something that kind of frustrated me a little bit, or just annoyed me. When I was looking for LocalSend, I got not only LocalSend, but all the little files I created in making this video. Now, I didn't want all these here. All I wanted was LocalSend. So I learned how to get rid of all these things. These things are the recent files that I used. So to get rid of it, you go into system settings, and then you go into privacy. And now if I uncheck this, all of that's gone. If you want to keep it on, and like if you're working on a project for this week and you want to keep them all there, that's fine. But for now, that confuses me because I do so many retakes since I'm not really good at doing this video thing. I don't want to confuse myself. So I take that off. I'm good to go. Now we go here and I'm going to look for LocalSend again. And there we are, just LocalSend. Yep, that's number, what, 4, 5? I don't know, but I've been learning so many things. That's why it takes me so long to get anything done. Well, I have to say thank you if you watched this all the way through. Honestly, I think I created this video for me more so than anybody else, because as I go through the learning process, I sometimes forget how I solved certain problems. So documenting it and having it in a video helped me. I just hope it helped you too. Thanks for watching. And if you're willing to sit through another one of my videos, check this one out.